Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games Discord. We're playing live over the internet every Wednesday and Friday. And Peter here mulling to 5 versus Rainbow Depths. He's got Agadeem's Awakening bolting his face. Actually, opting not to. It looks like he doesn't have a turn 1 combo. Once Upon a Time being played by Chris. Didn't actually catch what he took there. Oh, okay. He is taking a Mana Confluence. Once Upon a Time serving as basically a mana source, but also a tutor in the deck. And Pithing Needle. What are you going to name versus Oops All Spells? I guess you name Undercity Informant and try and hit half the combo. You'll still be dead to Balustrade Spy? Yeah, let me know in the comments if there's something obvious I'm missing there. You may be thinking a black build of Belcher, which I don't think we've seen do anything yet. There's Dark Ritual and Cabal Ritual available for a Goblin Char Belcher list, which is sometimes in the sideboard of Oops All Spells, is that Belcher conversion. A Cabal Therapy looking to clear the way, perhaps. Vampire Hexmage amongst the cards that could have been hit. Another land. And I believe he's on Oops All Spells. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's on Oops All Spells. There's like Agadeem's Awakening. And Chris just Sylvan scrying, building up a mana base. He's got the Vampire Hexmage now. And another Agadeem's Awakening. I really think that Oops All Spells needs to be played as just this all-in combo deck. Another Vampire Hexmage and a third. And Chris just going aggro. We've got a Undercity Informant. And now Summoner's Pact, which is able to get Elvish Spirit Guide. And Pithing Needle does actually stop the kill there, so we've solved the mystery, and Chris takes that one down. Now, I don't actually have the audio for these. I'm going to see if I can change that so I can actually hear the players as I'm doing the commentary, because there's a non-zero chance that Chris pointed at the Pithing Needle as if to say, oh no, I should have named that card. And there's a small chance that Peter actually won that game and Chris just scooped up before seeing it. Most of the people playing on camera generally will take the extra couple of seconds to play through things so everybody at home can follow how that goes. But while they're sideboarding, I will explain the combo for those unfamiliar. Oops All Spells is going to use either Balustrade Spy or Undercity Informant to completely mill the entire deck. You notice those Agadeem's Awakenings and I think it was the green Symbiosis card there. Those cards do not count as lands while they're in your hand or in any zone, but you can put them face down as a land, giving you access to far more mana than the previous Oops All Spells builds. Previously, it was mostly a meme deck, really fragile, but also would just kind of blow up on yourself a lot of the time, whereas now, a lot of the time, this is only being stopped by your opponent. We're talking about access to Graveyard Hate or some type of counterspell on the stack like Force of Negation or Force of Will. And even those are not always super good versus the deck because you do have Cabal Therapy. So probably the best way to interact with this deck is something like a Crop Rotation for a Bojuka Bog, Surgical Extraction, Fairy Macabre. Those are all very, very difficult to stop. Force of Will is probably the best counter spell against it pretty clearly. Force of Negation doesn't always get there because your key card here is a creature. So your Undercity Informer or your Balustrade Spy can't be stopped by Force of Negation. Now, you could potentially hit some mana along the way, but there are a lot of situations where you're gonna be able to resolve your creature despite a card like Force of Negation. They don't even have to have necessarily a counterable mana source, something like a Mox or a Lotus Petal, a Dark Ritual, anything like that. Those are not an absolute must-have. You do have your Spirit Guides, and you have these dual cards, DFC, is that what they're calling them? Modal. It's a mouthful. It's accurate, and there probably should just be flip cards. Probably would be a better two-sided, double-faced. Anyways, Chris's deck is going to be on a slightly faster build of Depths. I do love the direction that Depths has gone lately. Elvish Reclaimer has been a card that Depths really embraced when it came out, and I don't think it was for the best. I said it back when the card came out. I was like, that is an incredibly good Magic card, but I don't think it's what Turbo Depths wants to be doing. I think it's a fast deck, and there's nothing really fast about that Elvish Reclaimer. Now, post-board, maybe it's the type of card you're happier that you have in there because you can assemble the mana necessary for like your Abrupt Decay or your Assassin's Trophy. And it is also very good against Wasteland, kind of like those slower, grindy games. But Turbo Depths is not really the best at that. At that point, you're probably better off running some type of lands build. Now, we've got a Dark Ritual off of Chrome Mox from Peter, starting off Game 2 much better. Summoner's Pact, and he's just going to be able to grab an Elvish Spirit Guide. And this is going to be, I guess, the full walkthrough. We're going to have 4 mana, and we're going to have this critical turn 1 of playing a Undercity or Balustrade Spy. I'm guessing it's going to be Balustrade Spy. Oh, wow. Spoils of the Vault? This is not how I would draw it up, but we've got a Spoils of the Vault happening here. Eek. Let's see what he ends up going until he finds an LED. Elvish Spirit Guide, Simian Spirit Guide, and Goblin Charbelcher. So transitional sideboard, transformational sideboard, bringing in the Belcher. And we're going to see the rest of the deck as it all gets flipped. So Spoils of the Vault basically functioning like a Dark Ritual there. 1 black to get 3 out of it. That Lion's Eye Diamond allowing for the activation of the Goblin Charbelcher. That was not quite how I expected that to go, but exciting nonetheless. So Peter taking a first turn win. Chris's deck not really capable of winning on the first turn. It can make a 20-20 on the first turn. He probably doesn't have access to a fling effect. There are a couple of different cards that actually allow you to kill with the Merit Lage. One of them's from Shadowmoor. Let me know in the comments. The name of that one may come to me. I believe we are going to be seeing a Game 3 here. It looks like Peter's going to be sideboarding. At least playing a game of making Chris guess whether or not it's worth it to bring in Hate for the Goblin Charbelcher. Back in the day, we used to just smash our entire sideboard in and then take out 15 cards. Not a bad way of trying to obscure information. Does prevent confusion, too. I've definitely seen players get turned around in between games where they're potentially confused as to whether or not they've already started sideboarding and whether or not their main deck was legal, or if there was like a cunning wish involved. Like, just smashing everything together does avoid that kind of audit in between, which might be good, it might be bad, I'm not sure. You definitely want to catch errors, but you definitely don't want to not catch errors that aren't there, that are not there. I'm going to go ahead and skip this sideboarding portion. And a good thing I did, because that was actually quite a lot of shuffling and sideboarding. Chris is going to have the play. And Peter just down one card here. We've got Urborg into a Pithing Needle and a Lotus Petal. Full art altar there for Chris. We've got a bolt to Peter's face off of this Agadeem's Awakening. Chrome Mox. And Balustrade Spy. Does Chris have the crop rotation? That is going to be crucial here. The entire library going into the graveyard. Narcomoebas being allowed to enter. And this will allow for Cabal Therapy and Dread Return. We'll see if Peter throws out. I mean, I think you just run out the Dread Return unless... No, I guess you Cabal Therapy in case they have Mindbreak Trap. That's got to be the best way to do it. If they have Graveyard Hate, you're just very dead. So Cabal Therapy here. Likely to name Mindbreak Trap would be my guess. It's one of the only cards that could even conceivably interact here that you're not just dead to anyways. And you only want to use one of those. He's only got 4 bodies. And he's just going to jam a Dread Return. And we see here the Bajuka Bog getting tutored up. And there was a Flusterstorm. Looks like he had both angles covered as Chris able to deny that first turn win for game number 3. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.